Hello. Morning. Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'll be doing some channeling this morning for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flames. And happy Halloween, everybody. I will also be giving mini reads as well. If you're on here live with me, you can get a mini read. It's by donation. Check out that pinned comment. The comment that's pinned up top of the live chat tells you how to get your mini read. There's a PayPal link in there for your donations, but you can also use Super Chat, Super Sticker if you want here on YouTube, if that's easier for you. Now, your question, after you've done your donation, in your comment, at the start of your comment, put a capital Q in the live chat. You comment with your question in for your reading. Now, you can just get like guidance if you want, higher self guidance or higher self guidance on your love life, or your questions can be very specific as well. Totally up to you. So, Michelle's already got a question in. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, I got your donation. Thanks for that. Will he respond to my message? Now, because you did that early, when I was washing my makeup brushes after doing my makeup, I started thinking about it, and I had a message for you. Hey, Judy. Michelle. The response to the message is going to be delayed, and you know why? Because when you message someone, and they're not ready to talk about that thing, they don't want to message back until a point in time where you might have forgotten that you messaged them about it. So you getting in touch with your person has delayed responses back, is what I was getting from that. So if you can, sit on your hands, don't send text messages, wait for your person to get in touch with you. And it's unlikely to be about what you message them about as well. That's what I was getting. Hey, Deborah. Oh, you've moved your clocks. That'll be why Michelle was on an hour early then, hey. Hey, Barbara. You don't have any love interest. No one you like out there. Hey, Connie. Okay, well, let's get some channeling underway. So in answer to your question, Michelle, no, not for a while. They will get in touch, but it's actually going to be delayed. So, unfortunately, yeah, I hadn't thought about that before. It makes sense though, that it gets delayed. Anyway, let's get some cards out for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, see what's going on. Were you here an hour early, Michelle? Is that what was going on? Yeah, so don't get too upset when there's a delay, and just know that sometimes we delay even further by contacting. Great energy. I like the energies at the moment. How was your weekend? Was it good? Mine was mixed. I went to the big ordination party on Saturday night. My friends asked me again, are you coming? I said, I would love to, but I can't follow all the rules. I don't have the right clothes. And they said, oh, it doesn't matter, you come anyway. And so like, well, what can I wear? And they said, well, just wear your jeans and a top, but your top is going to be this and that and that. And this color, that, not that color, not that color. And a lot of the clothes that I've got are short, a lot. And I was looking through all my clothes and like, I don't have anything that fits that description. Anyway, sometimes I wear a dark blue strappy longer top that I took in my jeans. I thought, okay, well, this is blue. It's not black. I'm not allowed to wear black, but it's pretty dark, but it's blue. I can wear that with my jeans. I went. I still had people looking down the nose at me. And people saying, well, why didn't you wear a dress? It's like, she told me that I couldn't. Oh, what? Religions that teach unconditional love, and then they place all these conditions so that people that are butthurt about other things in their life can look down the nose at other people. But I had fun. It was good. I don't care what people wear. They can wear whatever the hell they want. Anyway, I didn't go to the thing the next morning, yesterday morning, the parade thing, because I got up. I set my alarm off. I got up, and my stomach wasn't good. My stomach wasn't good at all. And I'm like, I cannot leave the toilet right now to go to that. So I missed that, which was a shame. And anyway, and then I saw the videos of it all, and people were wearing their jeans and white t-shirts to that. So, yeah, it's all lies. It's all the rules. I needn't have taken it that seriously. So that was that. I know, it's an absolute nightmare. I mean, what's the point? What is the point? Because they're like, oh, you can't upset people. It's like, but it's the people, people that are upsetting people are those snooty ones that are doing all that rule shit. They're the ones that are upsetting people, not anyone else, right? So it's also backwards. It's a projection, isn't it? It's projection. Anyway, what have we got going on with Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine? We have the Ten of Swords. Someone's going through a painful ending. Oh, they've got to let go. Let go. When we hold on to those hot coals, it hurts even more, right? So what I'm getting is someone is finding it hard to let go, and it's hurting them even more while they're holding on. Anyway, I'm unlikely to go to any more of that religious stuff, to be honest. And we've got the Lovers. Someone wants to be with a Divine Feminine here. I think it's Divine Masculine. He's got to let go of something. Wants to be with a Divine Feminine. With the Lovers card there. So it is, they know who they're meant to be with, who they want to be with, who they'll be happy with, and they're going through this painful ending right now. To be with the one that they're meant to be with. Having to pluck up courage is what I'm getting. But it's more painful. The longer they leave it, it's more painful. It's painful holding on. Whew. You went to John of God retreat in Brazil. We all wore white. That was all. Easy rules. All wear white. I could have worn white. Told I couldn't wear white. And then there's loads of people there in white. Anyway. Knight of Pentacles. Slowly. It's protracting the... Is that the right word? Protracting the... It's making it longer. It's making the pain longer. Divine Masculine is taking his time. It's making it more painful. Up to a point, the Masculine had to take it really slowly to do it right. And now I'm getting that it's causing more pain now. Yeah, with that Ten of Swords, it's actually causing more pain now. That taking it slowly, so... Not just pain of not being with the Divine Feminine, it's pain of whatever they won't let go of. It's getting more and more painful. Gotta pull that leech off fast, that tick off fast. You know how I say, there's toxicity. It gets more and more toxic, right? Things that we need to let go of get more and more toxic if we don't let go of them. That's what I'm getting. Today is Halloween. Yeah, it's 7 or 8 a.m. in Halloween today. I'm not doing it tonight. I've already done Halloween early. Thank you, Michelle. Three of Pentacles. Planning, overthinking it. Got to have a plan. There's something that's not flowing here. Wait, what is it? Something isn't flowing. He's got to have a plan. Divine Masculine has got to have a plan. He feels like he can't just end it fast. He's slowing down because he needs to have a plan. What if it doesn't work out? What have we got here? Someone that's in trouble. Someone that they walk away from something, they're missing out. I don't know. If they cut and run, they've got to have a backup plan or something like that. So the planning. Divine Masculine is planning. Could be that. Money not flowing. Yeah. Could be that. And they need somewhere to stay. And what if Divine Feminine turns them away? It could be that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of ways that it can get more and more painful. And yeah, I'm getting it's more and more toxic the longer they leave it. Whatever it is they're leaving, another relationship, marriage, for some it's like place and job and stuff like that. But you know what it's like. We know when we want to leave something, right? It starts to feel bad. And it started to feel bad long before we decide to leave. And when it gets to a certain point, we're like, right, I'm leaving. And at that point, then it gets exponentially worse when we don't, right? So like leaving a job, like we hate it. We get to the point where we really hate it if we have to. If we stick around even longer, if we don't like cut and run. And we get treated even more and more badly. So they need a plan for some aspect of it. It could be around the money or where they're going to stay or something like that. There's a feeling here like it's getting really toxic, like they're being pushed into it. Yes, that is it, isn't it? Because Scorpio season is that the death and rebirth, when things escalate. It's when things that we need to end escalate during Scorpio season. And that's what we've got going on here, especially with this eclipse energy in it. Like this is with this Scorpio season of all Scorpio seasons, right? King of Swords. We need to have clarity. We need to be clear. So a lot of thinking going on at the moment. Strategizing, making a plan, and getting really clear on it. Courage. They're having to be courageous in this. What else? Oh, it was that. The other one that was trying to come out with that card has come out again. It's the Five of Swords, because there's chaos and conflict. They need to be really clear that this is what they want, because there's going to be chaos and conflict caused by the decision that they make, the move. Well, it's not the decision, it's the move. They've already made the decision. It's them actually making the move. When they make that move, the chaos and conflict is going to come from that. So they want to be clear on it. They want to be sure of what they're doing. Temperance. So yes, they're taking the time. Temperance. And that's after that really positive energy update today, which was all about they're serious about this. They want this to be a commitment. It's escalating. The energies are escalating. It feels to me like... Wait, I've just seen this card. And that's part of it. A nighttime, sneaking off in the night. We had that message like last week as well. On one of the cards, it was a nighttime depiction, and that's what I was getting. Making the move in the middle of the night. That's when they've got the courage to do it. But they're waiting. What, for an opportunity or something like that? Or an excuse to buy them time? I don't know what it is. They're going to make a move in the night. The night time is the right time. Okay. They're making a plan, but when they make the move, it's going to be in the moment. It's going to be like when that door is open, you know, when the not the circumstances are right, but it's like when something happens or the door is open or they've got an excuse for something to make it easier. It's something like that. The divine masculine is on the verge of something here. What is in is getting more and more painful, more and more toxic. But he does need a strategy, and he wants to be really clear on it because of the fallout that's going to come from this. So he's waiting until the night time. Tell us more. Wish fulfillment. Something about a celebration. The Nine of Cups. Someone here wants I think it's the divine masculine, or probably both, in fact. Want this move to be made, want their wishes to be fulfilled by a celebration time. So perhaps it's by Christmas or something like that, or if there's another significant event coming up. where there's a celebration. They want it done by then. So that's why that like time is ticking. They could have had like a vision of some kind of an event, some kind of a celebration where they're with the Divine Feminine. And this could be both as well, where the Divine Feminine wants it to happen by them because she's had this vision of being with the Divine Masculine by then. And Divine Masculine is like, clock is ticking now, it's getting closer and closer. They know that they need to, they want to fulfill that vision, so they know that they want to do it before then. Morning, Sarah. Okay. So yeah, it's the energy is amping up, they're feeling like that, like countdown, countdown, do you know what I'm talking about? That word game on TV where they've got the tune and the clock counts down, the tune goes dun, 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 dun. His birthday. Yeah, I'm thinking it's that for me as well. Birthday come out, which is also on a big celebration here too. And I thought it would be last year on that celebration. Yeah, it could be that birthday. It could be. So the Wheel of Fortune. This is fated. So the universe is getting involved. The universe is getting involved and pushing the case. Do you know what I mean? It's making sure that stuff happens to make it worse, what they're in, and to show them the Divine Feminine, all signs, and to show that this is fated. So it feels like the universe is on board with a certain timing around this as well, divine timing. It's time. And I think they both feel it. What else? Page of Swords. Reveal your truth. This can be an apology as well. It's like she's waiting for it, the truth. She knows what it is anyway. Divine Feminine is so tuned in, and you're watching this anyway, videos like this, so tuned into these energies. She knows what's going on. Divine Masculine might not realize that she already knows what's going on. He thinks he's going to surprise her, and it kind of will be a surprise, but not really. She knows all the stuff he's about to say. I don't think there's going to be any surprises in it. I think it's all the stuff that we've been picking up on anyway. So she's like, just reveal it. But he needs to say it, right? She's like, well, say it. Give me your truth. Could involve an apology as well. But she's there. She's waiting for it, and she's open and receptive as well. She's got arms like Queen of Cups, open and receptive to that. So she's like waiting now for the truth to come. Knight of Crystals. Moving with an offer. I want to read him out. Where's the book? Knight of Crystals. It's time to take action. See, I knew I had to read this one out. It's time to take action, says the Knight of Crystals. If the task ahead seems tedious or daunting, it's daunting. It's not tedious, it's daunting. It's still important to remain focused and follow through with any plans or commitments you've made. Once you get through this, you'll feel a renewed sense of accomplishment. This should be the driving force behind your actions at this time. Think of the payoff. Yeah, so there's a big payoff for this, but it's time. It's time for action now. She knows it. He knows it. She's receptive to it. She knows what he's going to say anyway, but he needs to say it all. I'm really getting that there's not going to be any surprises here. There might be tiny details that will surprise you, but I don't think so. I think all the stuff that the Divine Feminine has been picking up on, and it will be different for all of you. Some of you will be like, with my readings, be like, yeah, that's spot on. Some of it will be slightly different, but you're probably getting it from other readings too, and through yourself, of course. Then we've got two cards here, the Hierophant and the Two of Cups. Commitment. They want commitment with the Divine Feminine. They want to give this love offer. So it's going to be a big offer, very fast kind of thing. It's not fast, is it? It's taken a long time to get here. So other people will think it's fast. But Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine know it's been the slowest can be. So the Hierophant, I want to read the Hierophant out. Okay. And then the Two of Cups. I guess I'll read that because that's a nice one to read. Hierophant is 5. The Hierophant indicates a wonderful time for you to explore new dreams, meet new people, or gain new insights and spiritual knowledge. This may also signify someone who has the potential to shift the course of your life path in order to bring enlightenment, wisdom, and truth. Do not limit yourself. Hi, Sam. Do not limit yourself. Exploration is an important part of self-discovery. This may indicate pursuing new avenues of education or learning through formal training. The Hierophant may also suggest a need to connect with a unified consciousness which may be spiritual in nature or within conventions of a group. If you're searching for greater meaning at this time, think about what it is you'd like to learn or change in your life. Interesting. Yeah, the Hierophant is like the religious card. Hey? What activities can you explore that connect with your own mind, body, and spirit? You know what I've thought for myself is like, especially with this religion stuff coming up for me at the moment, it's a good thing that I'm delving into this area now, because if it was him that introduced me to it and he was telling me all those rules, then the pushback would be with him, right? It'd cause problems between us both. At least I'm managing to do it with my friends and it's causing pushback with them, and I'm kind of figuring out how I can fit in with all of this. My friends have all of them. Yes, all of my friends have Western partners, and some of them came along to the celebrations on Saturday night, but they left quite early. So I'm becoming more aware of how other people other Westerners here have kind of found their space, what's cool with them and what's not, kind of thing, within these kind of things. Speaking to me personally, this. So there might be things to learn. But the Hierophant, yeah, it's traditions and stuff like that. Thanks, Sam. Two of Cups, let's read this out. The Divine Masculine might want to do it in a very traditional way as well. The Two of Cups, kind of relationships, of course, love and deep friendships. It represents a strong mutual connection and an affinity for positive, loving respect. You've released any blockages that may have been exerting pressure on you, and now you can breathe and relax. Yeah, I think the Divine Masculine is going to need some time to heal, right? To breathe and relax. The Two of Cups is also a card of new beginnings and budding romance. It may indicate an early phase when two people first meet, lost in a wave of infatuation. It's a dreamlike state where long-term goals may not be so clear. On another note, the Two of Cups may also represent the emergence of self-love. It's the understanding that in order to be in a happy relationship, you must first and foremost love yourself. This card may also identify a need for compromise, or a choice that will have to be made in order to come to a comfortable solution between two people, or various opposing factors. A comfortable solution. Whew. We've got the card of union here, Two of Cups, and a love offer. The serious about the Hierophant might want to do it in a very traditional way, whatever that is. These two cards coming out, the Emperor and the Nine of Crystals. What I'm getting from this is the Divine Masculine, the Emperor, is kind of worried as he bosses up, because Divine Feminine is in this Nine of Crystals energy, single and independent. Oh, it's a chicken cat. Because Divine Feminine is single and independent, he's worried about being turned away. He already knows. He already knows that it's not needed, and that can be for a codependent. that can be an uncomfortable place to be. We like to be needed. Codependents like to be needed. That's why we get into relationships where someone's struggling. It's like, oh, I can help them, you know? And then we get into a relationship with them and like, they've got a need for me. I can help them. I help them out. I give to them. I've got something to give to this person, right? I feel valuable. I've got something to give to this person. So give it to them. You're kind of attracted to them because they need something. Your compassionate side attracts you to them because you need something. And you don't realize like it's because you see value in yourself and you're giving to someone else when you're needed by them. So you give to them, and of course, whatever that you saw that was lacking in them that required you to need them makes it, because it shows that they're not in a self-loving place and giving themselves those things. It means that they're not in a position to give back. And so we get in relationships with these people and then they don't give back to us. And we're like, what are we doing wrong? Well, like, why can't I receive from this person? Why aren't they giving back to me? What's wrong here? And it's like, well, the whole dynamics in the first place was wrong. So we've got divine masculine, divine feminine, both having been in codependency, both giving people that have been choosing the wrong kind of people. But breaking free from that and then being attracted to someone that doesn't need you, that puts you in a vulnerable place, right? Because then you're like, oh, so they've just got to want me and they don't need me for anything because they're single and independent. And yeah, they're not lacking in any area at all. And so they're scared that they're going to come in and either face rejection or not find their value, not feel valuable, not feel good enough. They're already feeling a bit of that anyway, but yeah, they're struggling with that still. This the self-love. Divine feminine might struggle with this as well because she's been there as well, but I feel like the divine feminine came out of it earlier than the divine masculine. And I think divine feminine is going to have a better time with this particular subject than the divine masculine, but I think it'll come up for both, so you need to be aware of that. There's a fear around that. Perhaps the divine masculine isn't as single and independent as the divine feminine as well. It could be a bit of that too. Feeling like you might be a disappointment to the divine feminine. Still wants to do it anyway, but yeah. Just some insecurities coming up there. Let's do some minis. So, Michelle, thanks for your donation. Will his response be in your favor? Let's see. Michelle, I sorted the camera out, by the way. I sorted it out on Friday. It took me a while. I was in like chat rooms with technical people that never responded to me. And then I just started fiddling with it and shutting things down and opening things up and seeing if the camera would work with FaceTime now. And I don't know what I did, but it just suddenly started working at some point so that I could have this view that I couldn't have in Cafe. But it took me like an hour and a half to sort that out. And then it made for a very long day because then I started recording the video. See ya. Quick visit from Chicken. She doesn't stay around long anymore. She hasn't even eaten all the biscuits, so I don't know what's up with her. Will his response be in your favor, Michelle? No. Well, I was getting that it's not going to respond to what you were talking about. Let's see. No. Tell us about his response then. Listen and face the situation. There's an avoidance here. He's heard you, but there's an avoid. He wants to avoid it, which is why it's going to delay the response. Have you asked him a question or something? He's going to avoid it. Like I said, he's going to leave it until he thinks that you've forgotten that you asked him a question. He's heard it though, but it's not made a decision, you see, or There's the touch card is about a little bit. So yeah, he needs to take the lead. He needs to take the lead and make a decision. You're not going to be able to push him into that. He needs to do it in his own time. So yeah, it's not going to be in your favor. It's not going to be a so if it's a yes or no question, it's not going to be a yes from him, and it's not going to be a no from him either. It's going to be an unresponse. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to give him time because he needs to make that decision by himself. Samantha, thank you. And Deborah, thank you to you too. Sam, should you move to Shaftesbury? Shaftesbury. Oh, someone's put an offer on it. Should you move to Shaftesbury? Yes, move to Shaftesbury. Let's find out what will be in Shaftesbury for you. Why move to Shaftesbury? Hi, Maria. Oh, yeah. Everyone's clocks has changed. Reach out and growth. Oh, nice. Yeah, people there. Shaftesbury. People there for you. Perhaps community be good there for you. You'll grow there. But yeah, mostly around your kind of people. And people that will be quite willing to include you into stuff as well. Your kind of place. It's going to make you more vulnerable though, but you will get what you want from it. So very much a place of growth, especially around people. It's really good. Yes, to Shaftesbury. Will the people have put an offer on Sam's villa in Spain buy it? Will they buy it? Yes. Good. Tell us. Detachment and perfect service. Detachment and service came out. Are they moving there for work or something? Be perfect for them. Someone needs to... It might be a little bit delayed is what I'm getting. Whoever has put that offer in, are they moving there to work? Be perfect for them, the villa, perfect for them. But there's something about a job needing to end or something like that first. So there might be a little delay in it, but yes, I want to buy it. They're getting 3 cards out. Talk to someone, connection, and believe in self. Okay. There's going to be, there will be a bit of a delay, but yeah, they'll buy it. They've got to talk to the people. It's a little bit convoluted. It's not like they've got the cash ready kind of thing, and it's going to be simple and easy. I'm not picking up like major challenges with it though, but yeah, I expect a bit of a delay there, because they've got something about talking to people, perhaps about financial stuff, could be about other things, but there's an end or a relocation of a job or end of a job, a detachment from a job that needs to happen. Deborah. Is he thinking of reunion for his birthday time? Good question. Is he thinking of reunion? I'll go back through it, Maria. Yes. I think a few of them will be. Especially Scorpios, right? Because this year has been definitive for Scorpio and Taurus. With all the eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio this time. Yeah, we've got major movement now, so Scorpios. It doesn't feel like selling property. It feels more like a job kind of thing, Sam. Respect up until now. Respect from the past. Wait, I'm just trying to pick up on this energy. So yes, wanting a reunion for birthday time. There's something about respecting the past. What is that? Listen and touch. Still being affected by someone else from the past and wanting to respect them. This is like, tell you what it feels like. It feels like when you get together with someone, you've got all your Christmas traditions and they've got all their Christmas traditions, right? The family stuff. And then you come together and then you both want to do both of your traditions, and you have to kind of go decide which ones you're going to, which ones you're doing as a couple. It feels like that kind of thing. It feels like there's a little bit in the past, they're listening a bit. It's like for the birthday, they want to honor something from the past too, a bit still. Still got respect for something in the past. Does that make sense? Oh, it could be about a tradition as well that they've got for the birthday. Do they usually do something for their birthday? They're trying to do both things. Be with you for that vision that they've got, and also something else too. This is sad. Oh, could you have a message card? Yeah. I haven't got them out yet. Let's get them out right now. Very slippy cards. I picked them up. Let's do this. I picked them up yesterday and threw them all over the floor. You know when you pick up cards like that and they go, phew, they exploded. Card explosion. Please don't move on. Doesn't want you to move on. Mental health. Now, with this mental health, there's worry. There's worry going on. Feels like parents to me. Worry about parents. Does that make sense? Worrying about parents. Yeah, it could be. If being with you is going to upset one of the parents or both of the parents, they might be thinking it's better to delay it. Anyway, yeah, okay. Have I done everyone? His mum's very old. Well, you see, that's what I was getting at. Like, you don't want someone to wait it to, to get together, but I think he might be doing that. To get together thinking it would just be easier if she's passed. Which, yeah, that puts like a negative energy spin on it, doesn't it? Just messaged me that it's seeing someone at the moment. It was a no. Well, there was no delay there. I wonder why I got that. The delay. Or maybe you released the energy with those answers so that it could happen. Sorry about that, Michelle. Let's get some Book of Shadows Tarot out. If anyone else wants a mini read, get those donations in. Right, so recap for Maria. We've got the Ten of Swords. Divine Masculine is going through something very painful. It's getting more and more painful. So when we know we need to end something and we don't, it gets more and more toxic, right? That's what's happening with Divine Masculine at the moment. The Lovers, he wants to be with the Divine Feminine, but it's taking his time, Knight of Pentacles. As it's taking his time, there was a point where he had to take his time, and that was a good thing because he had to do things right. Now it's gone past that crest of the hill, and it's now getting more and more toxic. So it's getting worse and worse as it's holding on. But he needs to make a plan, Three of Pentacles, because there's something that's not flowy about it. And he feels like he needs a backup plan or something like that. Wants to be very clear about it first. He knows what his decision is, King of Swords, but wants to be really clear. Because Five of Swords, there's going to be chaos and conflict that comes from it. So he needs to be really clear. The Temperance is taking his time. He's going to make a move in the night. So he's plucking up his courage, but it's going to be in the night time. When he does, he's waiting for kind of the door to be open to leave, or some kind of an excuse or something like that. So he's making his plan, but then being in the moment, I'm going to make a move in the moment. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. His wish fulfillment, Three of Cups, is that some kind of vision is got for a celebration. So it could be like he imagines being with his Divine Feminine for Christmas, something like that, or some kind of a celebration time. It's his wish to be with Divine Feminine by then. wanting to make it happen. Time is ticking like countdown. Doo-doo, 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 boo, and he feels it. Wheel of Fortune, fate's getting involved. So fate is getting involved, saying, yeah, it's divine timing now. Pushing, pushing, pushing with signs and stuff like that. Page of Swords, she's there, open. Divine Feminine is open. She knows what's coming. She knows like a lot of it. There's not going to be many surprises. And so she is open. She's like, yeah, but you need to speak it to me. Speak it to me, says the Divine Feminine. Even though I know what you're going to say, you need to speak it to me. Knight of Crystals, it's time to take action. He needs to take action now. Got a lot of divine timing cards here. The Hierophant wants to be commitment, Two of Cups. It's going to be quite soon, that offer, love offer of commitment. The Emperor and the Nine of Crystals. He's worried though. He's worried that the Divine Feminine is single and independent and will reject him, or like he's not needed by her, and that makes him feel vulnerable. He's been in codependent relationships before, as has the Divine Feminine, and so they're both in this kind of energy. It's like, well, vulnerable, because if someone doesn't need you, they just need to want you, right? And it's different. So that's it. She as well, that's good. And if you talk, Deborah, if you talk to him about it, and you might even want to like preempt that and say, like, in some ways it'd be better like if your mum, if we got together after your mum had passed, but I don't want to wish that on her, and that would make it really difficult, and the relationship tinged with sadness, and that's not, very good. So you might just want to, like, if you can, slip that into conversation so that, You're welcome, Maria. Recap. You feel it needs work, Sam? No, I was tuning into the people that are buying it. Yeah, but it could be. They're aware of the work that needs doing. It could be that. And then they need to talk to someone about something. Yeah, could be that. Yeah, if they're aware of that work that needs doing, it very well could be that. That work needs to be completed first, and then they'll make a move on it. Okay, ooh. We've got 8 of Fire, who is Neptune. I'm doing that thing again when I'm opening it at the right page. No matter what chaos ensues, Neptune stands calmly in the middle of it all, confident, somehow in control, and rather enjoying the ride. I think there's had to have been a lot of preparation for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine so that they will be cool, calm, and collected in the ensuing chaos. We're getting more and more grounded, more and more ready for the chaos that's going to come about, more and more grounded in it, more and more prepared. There's a saying about magic being done with smoke and mirrors. Neptune is the master of smoke and mirrors, and most of his magic focuses on the mind. His energy covers the world with a blanket of romance and glamour. Beguiling mists cover the mundane and inspire the mind to dream or trick it into believing illusions. In this altered state induced by Neptune's charms, the mind relaxes, logic blurs, and synapses make new connections, allowing a welling up of the psychic tendencies and letting flow the feelings of compassion, sensitivity, and tolerance. The 8 of Fire lulls us into daydreams and fantasies. Logic takes a back seat as our soul craves mystery and illusion. Once the mind is quieted and open, we begin to accept and then embrace the possibilities of dreams coming true. And Neptune knows that belief is the first step toward creation. What I'm getting is this. When the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine come together, it's not going to be it's going to be traumatic. It's not going to be like a celebration, like we're together. There's going to be energy that's brought from the weight of what the Divine Masculine has just been through. There's an energy of that. And it's when that dissipates, when that smoke is cleared, that the relationship's going to get really good. So the fantasy won't happen straight away. There could be a commitment. It could be a commitment really fast, but it's kind of tinged with all the crap that's come before it. And it's only when that's cleared will the romance and the foundations, like positive foundations of a relationship, will that kick in. It feels to me like this is what it's saying. You want the fantasy to happen right away, and it won't. Divine Masculine is going to be a bit of a mess. It's going to need time to breathe and clear those energies and heal from what it's just been through. Not just that, not just what it's just been through, but the chaos that will ensue as well. Even though you're both prepared for this, it's still going to be difficult. And the relationship will only kind of hit its romantic groove where you start enjoying it later. I'm not saying that you won't enjoy it, but I'm just saying that it's not going to be like just one of those get together, all is fantastic, you know. I was going to say Hallmark movie things, but the Hallmark movies are more of the drama stuff, aren't they? 8 of Earth. Is this the woodland creatures one? 8 of Earth. Air creatures. Reach higher, stretch further, dream bigger. Whatever it is you're attempting, it's not even close to what's potentially possible. Slough off whatever baggage is holding you earthbound. Make yourself as light as possible by letting go of doubts and focusing on what you know is possible. Yeah, that's important for the Divine Feminine at the moment, to let go of doubts, focusing on what you know is possible. Reach higher. So it's time for the Divine Feminine to get on with those fantasies again. Not that you can manifest those fantasies straight away when they come in, you know, but because it's real life and there's going to be drama and all of that. But she needs to get positive about these things. And him too, positive about it. Maiden of Fire. She nurtures that flame, doesn't she? The Maiden of Fire. Is that what she's doing? Maiden. She lights a single candle. She gives as a gift the first spark of inspiration. So she's inspiring the Divine Masculine at the moment. Yeah, so your energy at the moment, Divine Feminine, is very important. Don't doubt it. And stay on track. Inspiring the Divine Masculine. Coffee break. I need to get some more coffee. I decided to drink the whole pot this morning because of the day I had yesterday. My stomach wasn't good at all. We had this massive banquet of Thai food, and it was beautiful. And so much, it was like a massive wedding. It was just so many people there, so many. And massive amounts of food on each table. And Thai whiskey too, which I was drinking, and it doesn't really sit that well with me, drinking and eating at the same time. My body does not like that. It does not like that one bit. And so my stomach was upset yesterday. It was upset with me. It was, in fact, in the night. There was some food later on, and I just didn't want to eat any of it. People kept on offering it to me, and I'm like, I don't want to eat now. And usually if I'm up late like that, I do want to eat, but I didn't want to eat yesterday. Anyway, Maiden of Fire. She's inspiring the Divine Masculine at the moment. 9 months separation, no communication. No communication. Whoa. It's a lot. It's a ghoster. The Crown of Water. She always comes out, doesn't she? And she confuses me. She's saving some water for later, whatever the hell that means. Does anyone have, like, any idea about this card? What it says is she puts some water in a bottle and she saves it for when she thinks she wants to use it later. I mean, what even? She puts some water in a bottle. She knows that there will come a difficult time when a dear memory will be needed. What's that got to do with the price of fish? I need to ask the guides about that. What do you mean? What do you mean with this card when you bring it out? And it comes out so much as well. But is it about grounding emotionally or what? What do you mean with this card? Joyful memories. Okay. Right, and joy. Joyful memories. When times get hard, right. So she's inspiring the divine masculine at the moment. It is about memories then. Well, I need to get this into my head. This crone of water, what she's doing, she's making sure that she focuses on the positive, on positive memories that you've got. When you go through hard times, it's just so easy to get caught up in that and then just think of all the negatives, right? It's like when you go through a breakup, all you can focus on is the negatives about someone. You can't remember the good times anymore. You just remember the bad times, right? She's not got to be in that energy. She needs to be savoring the memories of the good stuff. So, divine feminine, don't focus on the restrictions and on the bad stuff at the moment. Focus on the good stuff, on those happy memories with your person. You might want to write them down as well. The times that you've been joyful and what makes you feel joyful about them, that kind of thing. So tapping into positive memories is what this card is. She doesn't look like she's doing that. Look at her face. Okay, lady, speak to me of happy memories because you don't look happy. Yes, she doesn't look happy, so she needs to remember the happy memories. I'm trying to remember what the hell this card means for future. Trying to lock it in. It means focus on the positive memories. Then we've got the Ace of Fire. Woo! Passionate start. I must drown myself then. There's a saying about people who are very self-centered. We say that such people think that they're the center of the universe. In the case of the sun, it's true. For this heavenly body is the center of the solar system. The power of the sun keeps planets in their orbits. Everything is therefore directly related to the sun. Besides being an intense gravitational provider, the sun is a solar system's source of heat and light. Its existence is defined by its ability to shine. Astrologically, the sun highlights what area we desire to excel at. Astrologically, the sun highlights what area we desire to excel at. It identifies our core personality, shapes our sense of self. The sun shines a light on who we think we are, so our sun signs, right? The Ace of Fire represents strong personal energy at work. This card is something we wish very much to do, not just well, but excellently. There's a hotly burning desire. Get this relationship right, It's a hotly burning desire that can be directed and used to light a project, large or small. So divine masculine, divine feminine have high hopes for this relationship. They want to reach their potential as well, and they want to create things in the world, and they want to do it together, and they know they can do it together. There's something very divine about this union, of course. Twin flames we're talking about. Has the potential to create glorious fireworks or even just delightful sparks. So there's so much to this relationship. Hey, Heather. First timer. Usually working. You got the time difference wrong. You're here an hour late. But the clock's just changed, didn't it? For most of you, it hasn't changed here, of course. I live in places where clocks don't change, namely the tropics. Because I like heat, she says, in the air conditioning with the fan blasting. Turn that down. Okay. Join our Facebook group as well, Heather, and anyone else. There it is. So the Ace of Fire. Passionate new beginnings as well. Thank you, Heather. What else? This is an exciting new start, and it's not just about the relationship, it's about your potential. Like I was saying, the divine, a while ago, we got that the divine masculine realizes that the divine feminine is the right environment. The environment, the right environment for him to accomplish the goals that he wants to accomplish in life. He's realizing that the people that he's been around aren't the right ones, and he realizes divine feminine is the one to be around. So something about it being encouraging. It could just be that. It could be other things as well, but she's the right one to be around for him to accomplish his goals. So he's got these dreams and these goals, these things that he wants to do and do in life. Time is ticking away in his life, and he's like, I'm not achieving it because I can't around the people that I can achieve it with divine feminine. So that Ace of Fire there is saying that there's a lot more to this, a lot more to this. The universe wants this as well. The elemental of water, there's a lot of emotions involved in this. There are plenty of emotions involved in this situation. Anything could happen, and any one of them can turn from positive to negative at a moment's notice. You'll have to manage things carefully, but if you do, you'll generate a lot of useful energy. So, highly emotional situation both ways. It could be a very volatile kind of a situation because of the emotions involved. Like say the wrong thing when they come in, and you could trigger them to have an outburst or something like that. So yeah, don't be surprised, and be careful with what you say. Don't be surprised if emotions are either way, accentuated either way. What else? Two of Fire, Mercury. Mercury. He was out all the time when Mercury was in retrograde, wasn't he? What were we doing when Mercury was in retrograde this time? I can't remember. Waiting, because that's what we've been doing the whole time, hey? Two of Fire. This is Mercury. He delivers messages between gods, goddesses, and mortals. Mercury deals with how we think and reason, as well as how we communicate, including writing, speaking, and listening. 2 of 5 represents an importance of communication. Like I said, be careful of what you say. Because things can be taken, like when someone's highly emotional about a situation, and we'll be the same as well, divine feminine will be the same. The divine masculine could say the wrong thing, and we just get triggered, you know what I mean? Triggered by it. Either there's something that must be said or something that must be heard. Yes. That's what I was getting from her, you see. She's like, I know what's coming. I know what you're going to say, but you need to say it to me. I need to hear it from your mouth. Divine masculine. The surrounding cards will help identify which way the communication needs to be flowing with whom. It's going to be emotional communication. Yes. Communication about emotions. Let me try and remember how to say this. Sarwin. Yeah? Is that it? Sarwin. Did I get it right? I have to think long and hard about that then. Sarwin. Where are you? She's under a full moon there. Full moon, 8th of November. Where is it? There she is. the moon. Oh, it's today, October the 31st. We're talking about today. Or the full moon on the 8th. Between now and the 8th, an important time. Okay, well, let's read this. It's today, October the 31st. During this festival, the great goddess reigns in the form of the crone, and the great god in the form of the horned god, or the lord of death. Pagans honor ancestors and prepare for a time of reflection. Some consider Samhain the most important holiday, saying it marks the end of the old year and the beginning of the new year, because this was the season when weaker animals and flocks were killed and eaten. Samhain is associated with death in general. Scorpio season, and the death of the god. It's said that on this evening that the veil between the worlds is thin, making it an ideal time for divination and for honoring the ancestors. This holiday proposes for the dark days ahead. This card shows a witch honoring the spirits of Samhain and seeking guidance from the ancestors. She accepts the darkness without fear but with respect, knowing that she's strengthening her connection with the divine. It's about the unknown, the strong spiritual connections. So we could be talking about a move being made between now, today, Samhain, and the full moon eclipse, Scorpio, Taurus, in the sun sign Scorpio, 8th of November. And then we've got the Seven of Water. Some choices need to be made between now and then. Feels like that's what it's saying. Seven of Water. It's about justice. It's time of accounting. It's time to consider our actions and measure them against our beliefs. We've got to be true to ourselves. Should be living according to what we claim to be right. Someone's going to do the right thing according to them. Dancing to the beat of their own drum kind of thing. Being authentic in themselves instead of doing what other people want them to do. Is this the action of the person that I want to be? Is this where I'm headed? Someone's thinking of the future now, and they're like, no, I've got to do it now. Yeah, time is ticking. Divine timing, and they can tell time is ticking. So I do think that this, and I've been saying it for a while, the time between that Scorpio new moon and the Taurus full moon on the 8th is going to be really important. And this is just kind of adding to that, saying between today, Samhain, and the full moon is a very important time for all of this. For them to step up and head toward where they're going now. They know where they're headed. They know that they've got to do it. Heather, what's your divine masculine? Anyone else want a mini read? Get your donations in now. What's your divine masculine up to, Heather? Haven't heard from him for over a month. Said it was going to call, but doesn't. Okay, what's he up to? What's Heather's divine masculine up to? What's going on? Oh, busy doing something. Self-love, success. So, yeah, busy with work or something like that, and feels like something to be proud of. See, a lot of the divine masculines have been going through this at the moment, focusing on work because they want to, masculines have been told like a lot of things, of course, about what gives them worth, but a lot of it is like the provider and all of that kind of stuff. So a lot of them have been focused on their work to make themselves feel better. To get into a self-love thing, and it's like, okay, I'll put my time into my work and make something of myself, and then I'll feel really good, and then I can come to the divine feminine, feeling good about myself with something to offer, right? Whereas the divine feminine, she kind of gets more worth in her compassion and her nurturing and all of that kind of thing. She feels more ready for the relationship when she's in that stable emotional place. The masculine, yeah, he needs that too. Like we both need the masculine and feminine things, but he's been focusing on that. So very focused on work, and it's come from a self-love place. So it's not like it's not a negative thing. You know what I mean? It's like some people might try and avoid what they want to heal by throwing themselves into the work and working too much. It's not that. This is coming from a self-love place, so them wanting to, yeah, feel better. He wanted to feel better about himself, so that's what he's up to at the moment. Getting support, I'm grateful for that at the moment. So there's something going on with his work. There's something that is getting help. He's got people around him at the moment. It's the good time to be focused on that because of the people that he's got around him at the moment. So I don't know what his work is, but if I think about work, I don't think about this work. I think about when I used to work corporate, and when I think about that, say if there was going to be, I used to work in IT, if there was going to be contractors, say over from Silicon Valley, which we had sometimes, I always used to be freed up from a lot of the other tasks that I would do to spend time with them, because I needed to make the most of them being there, right? There were people that looked after they had all the information, right? That would help me to make the systems a lot better. And I was kind of the expert in it where I was. So it's that kind of thing. Changing jobs, yeah, well, if it's that, changing jobs, got the right people around him at the moment and really wanting to put his time into that. Pursuing something, maybe even learning something as well. But that's all about work. How do you think about emotionally with Heather? Wants to be supportive. Yeah, wants to be supportive. So his place, that's what he's thinking, is like his place in this romance. He needs something to come, if he's like listening to stuff like this and saying, come in with a big offer, his mind goes to that. He wants to be supportive, be the provider, come in with something like that, have something to offer, ready for the romance kind of thing. So it's what he needs to do to feel good about himself before it can happen, Heather. Quite clear. Kathleen, if you want a mini read, check out that pinned comment up top. Tells you how to do it up top of the live chat. By donation, there's a PayPal link in there, in that comment for your donation. Or you can use Super Chat, Super Sticker here in YouTube, if that's easier for you. And after you've done your donation, put a capital Q at the start of your comment, just like Heather did there, with your question in for your reading. Can be a specific question, doesn't have to be, could be just like general guidance question, up to you. So what else have we got for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine? It really feels like it could happen any time now. This. The world. You're welcome, Heather. The world. I'm going to read it out because this deck is just so different. It's just so different, and I find it hard to remember these, but it does feel like when I read them, it's usually something that makes me think, yeah, this is what it's about in this thing. Okay. The world is much like the Fool, but with one important difference. She knows what she can do and what she should do. She knows what she can do and what she should do. While she trusts in the divine and in her intuition, she's more of an active partner with the universe, helping co-create reality. Right. Someone's creating harmony in their life here with the decisions that they're making, and they know what to do. It says she in this deck because I call it the Tower of Miserable Ladies, because there's ladies in all of them, and so the book says she all the time, but of course we're not talking about gender here. I think this is the Divine Masculine. Much like the Fool, but he knows what to do now. Getting more confident, and it's very much about how he sees himself in the future. He's getting more confident. And I think a lot of you will have seen a difference. If you've known your Divine Masculine, maybe for a few years, you will have seen a difference. How the Divine Feminine has changed the Divine Masculine. Not by her going, you need to change, but just by being inspired. This Maiden of Fire inspiring the Divine Masculine. He's getting more confident in who he really is and in his future. He knows what to do. The World card is about completion of a cycle and the start of a new cycle. It's a kind of a more gentle card than the Death card. Watch me get death out now. The Tower. Nice one. I was expecting the Tower before, when I was saying, like, there's not going to be any surprises. She knows what it's going to say. I'm like, guys, if you give me the Tower card next. Anyway, and then I just said, oh, it's a kind of a nicer version of the World card than the Death card. And then the Tower. Shock surprises. Really. I don't know. Like lightning striking. I think it's not surprising because we're expecting it, right? But it might take you aback when it does happen. It's out of the blue. Yeah. Like lightning striking, unexpected changes, like lightning striking. You know that the storm's coming, but it's still a shock, right, when the lightning strikes nearby. You know it's coming. Unexpected seems to come out of nowhere with no warning. Unexpected changes, that is. In their wake, they leave the world altered forever and looking like quite a mess. An unexpected event that changes everything. It's not unexpected, though, you see. It's expected. It's just still going to be a shock. A bit of a shock. There's not going to be a lead into it. So we're talking divine masculine turning up on your doorstep here. Not even a message. Or maybe a message like 5 minutes before they show up or something like that. It's just making sure you're home or something like that. Then there's some work to do. Eight of Pentacles. What? Eight of Pentacles. Some work to do. Where are you, even Pentacles? We usually work in order to obtain some result or other, but sometimes the work itself is the journey, the reward. We become one with what we're doing to strive to reach beyond our abilities towards something more. Working carefully. I think we're talking, I don't know, I'm getting conversations about the future. Something more. It might be a good thing to talk about the future when this happens. Quite soon into the proceedings, talk about the future. Start this with a vision for the future, We've got the divine masculine tapping into the realizing, right, that they need to be with the divine feminine in order to achieve these goals. They're realizing that she's the right one to be around to achieve these other goals that they've got in their life, besides being the right person to be in a relationship with, romantically and all of that. So he knows that, right? But when he makes this move, there's a lot of chaos and conflict about it, and it's coming from something very painful, and it's going to be not fresh and exciting at the start of it. There might be a lot of passion involved, yes, but it's not going to be that sweet, innocent, getting together, falling in love, that kind of thing. Because there's been a lot of lead up to this. I think the work here that it's saying is remind him and ask him what his long-term goals are. What are those things? Because that's really important, and he might forget about it with what he's going through. He lives the other side of the country, right? Yeah. I think we could be having that kind of thing happening. Them just showing up. I think divine masculine, divine feminine are going to be a team. And I think when either of the team are caught up with stuff, live stuff that goes on, drama and all that kind of thing, that is especially where the divine masculine will be at right now, or when it comes in, then it's up to the other one who's not in that to be the rock, to be the grounded one, to bring up long-term plans, things like that. I think the divine masculine is going to do the love offer, saying he's committed and all of that. I think the divine feminine then needs to say, so what do you want to achieve? What do you really want to do? What do you want to build? What do you want to create in the world? And things like that, to pull him out of the drama of the past and toward that future kind of stuff, so that you can start like the teamwork. Last thing you want to do, and I've got a past life like this, so I know it very well. The last thing you want to do is do a half job kind of thing. Is just like get into it just a little bit and go, well, thank God we're together, and then just kind of stagnate in that, right? You want to take this and instigate it, start it off, initiate it in the right way for the future, for the bigger picture future stuff. And I think that's where the divine feminine needs to be, where her head needs to be at, because divine feminine's more grounded. Three of Pentacles plans, you see, planning together, and I think she needs to be in charge of the plan, because I think although divine masculine has been in his head, it's a lot of it has been about what he's leaving behind. Three of Pence plans. Pentacles get lost in this book. Where are you? Here. After a flurry of activity and perhaps a little or a lot of a mess, the hard work and passionate vision have paid off. She's created what she intended and seems very pleased with the result. Manifesting a goal, it's not. Three of Pentacles isn't about manifesting a goal, it's about planning. It's about planning. Divine feminine needs to be in that planning mode, overseeing the bigger picture kind of thing. She's the one with the clarity for the bigger picture. And that's always going to happen, it's like, if we've got stuff to deal with, you know what it's like, we just get caught up in that, and it's very hard to see the bigger picture stuff, especially if there's a lot of drama, chaos, and conflict around. So we can't expect that much from the divine masculine. He's got to, like, be brought into the positive, I think, into the long-term stuff, bigger picture stuff, but also he needs to relax, because remember, he's come out of a lot of chaos and conflict, so he's going to need to breathe and relax and all of that. Nine of Pentacles. The divine feminine is going to have to take the lead, perhaps financially and stuff like that at first. Stay in that, accomplish that single independent. Not single anymore, but independent still. I think she's going to have to lead the way. This woman is, just like, keep the stability. This woman is justifiably pleased with her work. She's created a charming home filled with good things. Now that the hard work is done, she's in a position to enjoy herself. Right. And so the divine feminine has been in this energy for ages, right? For a reason. And we've been sat here going like, oh, well, everything's just like going swimmingly and I'm stable and a little bit too stable. It's like, bring something in. Come on, universe, bring me what's next, because if this is just boring, this is stagnancy. It's good, but it's still boring because there's no movement forward, right? But I'm not complaining, universe, because everything's sorted. Nine of Pentacles, it's great. But the universe is like, yes, but you need to be stable in this, because you've got the divine masculine coming in, and that's your place now. So it's like you divine feminine, you've been in this stable, in this stability. Stably in this stability kind of thing for a long time, because you're going to have to hold that energy. Yeah. Throughout this. Does that make sense? What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say the reason that things have been stable and unmoving for a very long time for the divine feminine is that rut that you've been in, you're comfortable in that rut, you're really good in that rut. And so that when this surprise comes in, the tower, divine feminine needs to stay that stable. And she's like, I got this. I could do this in my sleep. I've been doing this for like 2 years now. Completely stable for 2 years. Yes, I can have the divine masculine come in with all of his drama and everything, and I can still keep that stability going, So like in me personally, an example of this is, I know what my work is. I know when I work and stuff like that. Say 2 years ago, when I did have a boyfriend, I wasn't in this stable cycle so much with my work. I was working a lot, yes, but not as regimented. It's not like it's clockwork now, right? And so when I had that boyfriend, it disrupted things, right? Now if someone comes in, it's not going to disrupt it so much. I can keep on going in that because I can do it in my sleep, you know? This is just what I do. I'll carry on with those patterns. So that is why Divine Feminine, the prolonged stability, so that you can still do that. So you've got it easily. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. So the High Priestess, you know what's coming, High Priestess. You do. There's not going to be many surprises here. High Priestess, she knows. She's tapped into it already. We've got the information. He comes in, he's like, this, and this. And she's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I already knew that energy. I was picking it up from you. And, well, she's not going to say that, you know, but she knows. The Knave of Chalices. This is the Page of Cups. So this is telling his emotional news to her. Again, in divine timing. There's a time for everything. Full moon again in that High Priestess. She knows how he feels. It's not going to be a massive surprise. The timing might be a bit of a surprise, but it's fated timing. Keeps on doing it. Like when there's only space for like one card, it'll give me two. It's been difficult. The Nine of Wands. And the Four of Swords. Yeah, healing. Both cards of healing, these. The Nine of Wands is about dropping the guard that we've had because of the trauma that we've been through. The boundaries. We've got good boundaries now, but we've also got trauma boundaries, right? And when you get into a relationship, it's good to have those boundaries up first, but then those boundaries get broken through. I'm not talking about the good boundaries, you know, but I'm talking about the wounding boundaries, you know. When we're kind of protecting our hearts, you still need to do that at the start of a relationship until that trust is developed. A healing time. There's going to be a healing time at the start of this relationship for both. I want to read both of those out. The Nine of Wands. Not that it's going to be about the right things in this deck. Some challenges are harder than others. Nearing the end of her strength, this woman draws on the deepest reserves within her and prepares herself for what she knows will be the final encounter with this particular challenge. Oh, well, if this is our forever person, this might be the final encounter to this particular challenge. Relationship challenges of opening our heart to someone. It might literally be the last time that we go through this. Whew, after all that inner work, hey, week one weary, she's not certain of the outcome, but she's prepared to give it all she can. Okay, you've been preparing for this challenge, the final challenge of opening your heart, of all of the healing work that you've been doing over the years. It's ready for this point. How interesting. And then the Four of Swords, healing, healing, healing. There's always work to do. Things will always need attention, of course. Problems forever seek solutions. Luckily, this woman has learned that sometimes the best ideas come when she takes a break. Yeah. I think maybe you both might need some, like, retreat time together. Relaxing her mind allows her to connect with the divine, enjoy a moment of calm, and prepare for inspiration, a respite from troubles. I do feel like there's this rest retreat kind of time. Hello, Mary Ellen. Thank you for your donation. Yeah, a retreat time together, and I think that's very much needed. Well, let's get some of these message cards. So, Divine Masculine messages for the Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine, you got any messages for the Divine Feminine? Apparently, yes. I wish you were here with me. A strong need to be with the Divine Feminine now. Put it on the Lover's card there. silent treatment. It feels like this is going to be the end of that. So, can't tell you yet. I can't tell you yet. I can't tell you yet until I tell you everything. Not been able to say anything. They've not even been able to tell you a bit of it. They've had to give you the silent treatment because when they open up, they're going to say everything. They're going to blurt it all out. They're going to blurt it all out when they say something. It's all or nothing with this one. They've had to hold it all back with the silent treatment until, and they might tell you this as well. It's like I couldn't tell you anything until I could. Then I'll tell you everything. Feels like it's all going to come out. Anyone else want a mini read? Because we're about to finish. I'm ashamed of how I treated you. Yeah. I think they've done the best that they can in all of this, but they might be really ashamed of that silent treatment and how they've... Of course, in hindsight, we can always think, oh, I could have done it better. I think they're doing a pretty good job. Anything else? But still, they're ashamed of how they treated you. This is the deck that I threw all over the place yesterday. Was it the day before? Probably the day before, because I didn't do much yesterday. I watched a movie about pizzas. I ate a pizza, and I watched a movie about pizzas. What else? Divine Masculine says there's a long distance. And if this isn't about long distance, like Divine Masculine being physically a long distance from you, it's more this path to the Divine Feminine has been so long for them. It's taken them a long time, and it's had to. But, it shows that they are committed, right? If it has been a long time. Because we wouldn't go through it if it wasn't really important, right? We wouldn't go through all of this stuff. A diving out of relationships. This is the past one. A dive in and out of relationships. Like that would be their usual way of doing it. They're not doing that with the Divine Feminine. So it's taken a long time because usually they dive in and out of relationships and not take it too seriously. Flings and stuff like that. But they won't do that with the Divine Feminine. They take a long time about it instead. Almost in a way to make it different than the rest. Knew that they couldn't do what they usually do with the Divine Feminine. Twin flame there as well. I'm planning on reaching out to you. Does that planning think? They've got a plan, but it's not a time-specific plan. The universe is pushing them along now, saying, hey, it's divine timing now. Okay, Mary Ellen, thanks for your donation. Anyone else want a mini read? Get in fast. Mary Ellen, general guidance for you. Mary Ellen. And join our Facebook community, everybody, as well. There's a link to it. Mary Ellen, general guidance. General guidance for Mary Ellen and a bit of coffee. Or, okay, you've got include and judgment separates. And what I'm picking up, it could be a friendship group or it could be a work thing this for you. It's a weird thing that happens, right? We feel the need to be included more with the people that don't want to include us. It's easy. I don't know what it is. It's like us wanting to eat the foods that aren't good for us. There's a compulsion there. The people that are trying to exclude us, they're the ones that we've got a compulsion to be included in, but they're not good for us. You've got a group of people, it feels like two or more, a friendship group or work group that might be quite judgy about you, about a lot of people, when you want to be included with them, but why? They're not good for you. You've got a compulsion to be around people that aren't good for you. Stop it. This is saying, like, why do you want to be included in that? Do you really want to be included in that? Do you want to be one of those judgy people? I don't think you do. There's this feeling of I need to please people, or I need to be accepted, or I need to make the people that don't accept others accept me, happy with me, and all of that. And why? Well, it'll probably be something to do with childhood or something like that. Thank you, Laura. Where you were placed in that kind of a situation, you know? It's always like the toxic girl at schools, isn't it? You know? That toxic feminine behavior. The bitches at school that everyone wants to be in with them, but why? The bitches, why do we want to be in with them, but there's some of that kind of an energy with you. You've got to choose to change, be around supportive people. So ask yourself why you want to be around certain people. Like I'm saying, it feels like it's a group of people to me, but it could just be two people that are connected with each other. It could even be a couple. It's like, why do you want to be around them? And toxic people like that, they can create influence as well. Toxic people can get on really well in the world and be powerful and stuff like that. It's really annoying. YouTube algorithms are set up for it as well. Like a lot of the social systems that we've got are set up for toxic people to do really well. And it could be a work situation is what I'm saying. You might be trying to get in with people and your high self is saying, but you don't really want to be in with these people. Anyway, something to think about. Does that make sense to you, Mary Ellen? And Laura, thank you, Laura. High self guidance for you. And thank you to Deborah as well. Laura. Laura, high self-guidance for you. Ooh, abundance, or the lack thereof. Service. So, service is your work. Fear of lack. Why? Why are you scared? Why are you scared of not doing very well? Go for abundance instead. Abundance is what is. Lack is just a lack of abundance. Like, light is the only thing that's true. Dark isn't true. Dark is just the absence of light. Abundance is the only thing that is true. Lack is just the absence of abundance. Yeah. We can get focused on abundance and know that there's plenty for us. Or we can get focused on lack and then really restrict ourselves. And then the decisions that we make are based on those restrictions. Go for a lot more in your mind, with your work. Get a lot more from it. Because when we're in that lack mentality, all we can see is like lack. I see it with some people on Facebook, the way that they post. Because I don't hang out with people like that. But I see it on, oh no, I do. the one, I've got a friend who's very much in lack. Oh, he operates from lack so much. It's the guy that runs the gym. And this is why I couldn't work with him. Didn't want to work with him. People with a lack focus, all they can see is lack. And they end up like turning away opportunities. They can't see opportunities that are there, or they mess those opportunities up. And when you're in abundance, it blows your mind when you see these people and what they do and the choices that they make. And you're like, they could have had that customer. They could make a lot more. They could do so much better, but they're always looking at that, the lack, or expecting the lack. And he's like, what I see on Facebook is people putting comments like, no one can ever afford that. Like some $50 item or something. It's like, well, I can. A lot of people can. What are you talking about? And sometimes, like on my stuff as well, people will say like $20 for the deeper dives. That's a ridiculous price. It's like, no, it's not. It's just $20. What are you talking about? I mean, fair enough. I know my $160 private readings might be out of people's price range, but that's okay. I don't want to try and do a million readings a week. I'm not trying to do that. got to have balance in my own life, you know. But anyway, fear of lack comes up when we are ready for a new stage, new level, new devil kind of thing. We get to a new stage. Seek more from your work. But still keep quiet about a friend. Oh, okay. So you've got a friend that keeps you in that lack kind of thing. Someone who is restricting themselves, and this happens at every level, you know. So it might be time to stop talking to that friend that likes to talk to you about how hard it is and how much petrol costs and stuff like that, and get yourself more in the mindset of abundance, because it seems like your work at the moment could be a lot more abundant. Abundance, Lara, for you. Sometimes it can be as simple as just not talking to those people anymore. And by that, I don't mean exclude it, but don't exclude them. You don't have to do that. You might just need to not talk to them about that stuff. You know, it's like, that's why I can't work with that guy, right? Because he's just so lack mentality. I can't work with him. So I don't even try and help. I do help him in certain things still, but I don't try and help him be more abundant. I don't try and help him anymore increase that business, because I can't, because I know he'll hold it back at every point, right? And so I don't mean don't talk to them anymore. I'm like, don't talk to them about that stuff anymore. Deborah. He was working at the event on Saturday as well, and I've never seen him work so hard. Oh, he was moving fast. He was being like one of the waiters, because he's good friends with the family. Okay. Deborah, what were the guides like? Thanks for your donation, Deborah and Laura. What would the guides like you to know about your upcoming reunion? Apart from everything that I've said already today. Well, hey, you got sex and initiate. Oh, you might need to take the lead there. Sexy times. Patience and go within. You know what I'm getting is like they might be in the head. They might all be in the head, and you might need to initiate sex. You might need to initiate the lightness too, and be patient with them. They might be very much in the head, processing things and all of that. You might need to bring them into the present moment in some kind of way. Sex is a good way, I guess. But yeah, initiate that lightness and that. Have patience with them while they're all introverted and in their own world. Perhaps with what they've been through, right? But yeah, don't be expecting them to be the initiator of that. You all need to be the initiator of that. Yeah, I think it's Divine Feminine's time to lead. And I think that's what's been said here, especially with this Nine of Pentacles energy that I was getting, is that stability. Divine Feminine is going to have to be the stable one at the start. And we're not saying like, this isn't codependency. This isn't like Divine Feminine going, I'll just look after you and do it all. This is just recognizing that there's teamwork here, and this is the energy that Divine Masculine's at. But don't stay in that energy for a long time. Don't let them put their feet up and get comfortable in that, you know. Don't let them get lazy. Don't turn it into a codependent situation. And I'm presuming that once these relationships do get underway, that they'll expect, the guides I'm talking about will expect me to carry on doing these, and it'll be about navigating all of that, you know, the pitfalls. It's like, watch out, ladies, codependency, could be slipping into that. You know, especially because that, and I understand why, that codependency has been a big focus. I get it. I get why the guides have been talking about codependency for years now with us. Makes sense. Good. Well, thanks everyone for coming along. Thanks for your donations. Thanks for all of your interaction on my channel as well. That's helping. I have noticed a difference. So before I asked you all to start commenting more on my videos and clicking like and all of that, my pick a card reads, which used to go to 4,000, 5,000 people, used to get 4,000, 5,000 views. It got down to like 400, like my daily energy updates, which have You know, I've always been, well, no, this show is the lowest, but I will not stop doing this show. It brings the channel down with the algorithm, but I will not stop doing it. And what was I saying? Yeah, the picker cards have got down to that. Well, I noticed that the picker card read that I put out on Friday had got, I don't know, 800 views on Friday or something. Such a day. It's made a difference. 1.2k. You see, it's getting back up there. So I can't make this channel. There's nothing I can do. The way that they've got to set it up, the YouTube has got it set up, I can't make this channel do better. I pay $150 a week for Facebook advertising as well, and it still doesn't do it, you know, get it up there. The only way to get it up there is you guys are in charge of it, not me. I can't make it successful. So thank you for all of that interaction with my channel. It really helps. I will be putting a pick a card read out, which is full tarot Celtic cross spread, later in about 10 hours time. You'll see that on my YouTube channel. So if you're not already a subscriber, click on that subscribe button with that notification bell. You're welcome, Deborah. Awesome. So thanks, everyone. Let's do this all over again in 2 days' time. Good luck, everybody. They could be showing up at any point now, so get yourselves ready. And I will see you on Wednesday, hump day. Happy Halloween, everyone. Enjoy yourselves if you're partying tonight. Trick-or-treating. Bye.